stop doing these 13 brake mistakes. They'll cost you thousands. Every time you press your brake pedal, you're wearing out one of the most important safety systems on your car. But here's what most drivers don't realize: brake pads and rotors don't usually fail because they're low quality. They fail because of everyday driving habits that slowly destroy them. The good news? Most of these mistakes are completely avoidable. In today's video, I'm going to share 13 simple brake-saving tips that can make your brakes last much longer, improve stopping performance, and help you avoid expensive repair bills. Some of these tips won't cost you a single dollar, yet they could save hundreds, if not thousands, in future repairs. And be sure to stay until the end because I'll reveal the #1 habit that separates drivers who replace brake pads every 20,000 miles from those who get over 70,000 miles from the same set. Let's get started. 13. Never drive with both feet. This is one of the most common driving habits that quietly destroys brake pads. Many drivers keep one foot on the accelerator while resting the other on the brake pedal. Even if you're barely touching the brake, that slight pressure keeps the brake pads lightly rubbing against the rotors. You may not notice it, but your brakes do. That constant contact creates unnecessary heat, increases pad wear, and can even reduce fuel economy. Over time, it may also cause premature rotor damage. The correct technique is simple. If you're driving an automatic transmission, use your right foot for both the gas and brake pedals. Keep your left foot comfortably on the footrest. If you drive a manual transmission, your left foot should only be used for operating the clutch. Nothing else. If you've developed the 2-foot habit, practice in an empty parking lot until using 1 foot feels natural. 12. Stop braking so hard. Brakes are designed for emergency stops. They're not designed to experience emergency-level braking every time you approach a traffic light. Every hard stop generates tremendous heat. That heat wears brake pads faster, creates hot spots on rotors, and places additional stress on brake fluid and calipers. If aggressive braking becomes a daily habit, don't be surprised if your brake components wear out far sooner than expected. Instead, start looking farther ahead while driving. If you see traffic slowing in the distance, ease off the accelerator early. Allow the vehicle to slow naturally before applying the brakes. When it's time to stop, apply steady, smooth pressure instead of stomping on the pedal at the last second. This simple change reduces heat, improves passenger comfort, saves fuel, and dramatically increases brake life. Remember, smooth drivers usually spend far less money on brake repairs than aggressive drivers. 11. Replace brake fluid before it becomes a problem. Most drivers remember engine oil. Very few remember brake fluid. Yet brake fluid plays an essential role in stopping your vehicle safely. Unlike many automotive fluids, brake fluid naturally absorbs moisture from the air over time. As water content increases, the fluid's boiling point decreases. During repeated heavy braking, especially while driving downhill or towing, a contaminated brake system can overheat. When brake fluid boils, tiny vapor bubbles form inside the hydraulic system. Because vapor compresses far more easily than liquid, the brake pedal can suddenly feel soft or spongy, reducing stopping power when you need it most. That's why replacing brake fluid on schedule is so important. 10. Use engine braking on long downhill roads. If you've ever driven down a long hill while keeping your foot on the brake the entire way, you're putting enormous stress on your braking system. The longer you ride the brakes, the hotter they become. As temperatures rise, brake pads wear faster, rotors can warp, and brake fluid can overheat. In extreme cases, your brakes may lose much of their stopping power, a dangerous condition known as brake fade. The smarter solution is to let the engine help slow the vehicle. If you drive an automatic, shift into a lower gear such as L, 2, or 3, depending on your vehicle. If you drive a manual transmission, downshift before starting the descent. The engine will naturally resist the vehicle's speed, reducing the amount of braking needed. Only apply the brakes briefly when necessary instead of holding constant pressure. 9. Check tire pressure every month. Most people think tire pressure only affects fuel economy. It also has a huge impact on braking performance. When tires are underinflated, the tread flexes more than it should. That extra movement reduces stability, increases stopping distance, and forces the brakes to work harder. Overinflated tires can also reduce traction because less rubber stays in contact with the road. The best habit is checking your tire pressure at least once every month. Always check the pressure when the tires are cold. Use the recommended pressure listed on the sticker inside the driver's door, not the maximum pressure printed on the tire itself. 8. Don't carry more weight than necessary. Every extra pound inside your vehicle makes your brakes work harder. Whether it's heavy tools, unused equipment, sports gear, or luggage you've forgotten to unload, unnecessary weight increases stopping distance and creates more heat every time you brake. The heavier your vehicle becomes, the more energy the brakes must absorb. That means faster pad wear, hotter rotors, and additional stress on your suspension and tires. Before a road trip or after completing a project, take a few minutes to remove anything you don't actually need. If you're towing a trailer, make sure you're within your vehicle's towing capacity and distribute the load correctly. 7. Replace brake pads before they're completely worn out. One of the most expensive brake mistakes drivers make is waiting too long to replace their brake pads. Brake pads are designed to wear gradually. Once the friction material becomes too thin, the metal backing plate begins grinding directly against the rotor. At that point, what could have been a simple brake pad replacement often becomes a much more expensive repair involving new rotors and additional labor. The easiest way to prevent this is by inspecting your brake pads regularly. Most new brake pads start with around 10 to 12 millimeters of friction material. When they reach approximately 3 millimeters, it's time to plan for replacement. 6. Keep your brake system clean. Most drivers never see what hides behind their wheels. Every mile you drive creates fine brake dust from the pads and rotors. Over time, that dust mixes with road dirt, moisture, and salt, creating a layer of grime that can interfere with brake performance. If left alone, this buildup can cause brake pads to stick, caliper slide pins to seize, and uneven pad wear. The good news is that preventing it is simple. Whenever you're rotating your tires or replacing brake pads, take a few extra minutes to clean the brake assembly. Use a quality brake cleaner to remove dust from the rotors, calipers, and mounting hardware. Never use compressed air to blow brake dust around. It can send harmful particles into the air. Instead, spray the cleaner generously and wipe everything down with a clean cloth or soft brush. 5. Replace brake hardware along with the pads. Here's a mistake many people make, even some repair shops. They install brand new brake pads but reuse old brake hardware. Brake hardware includes anti-rattle clips, pad retainers, slide pin boots, and other small components that keep everything moving smoothly. Although these parts are inexpensive, they play a huge role in brake performance. Old clips can lose their spring tension. Slide pins can stick. Rubber boots can crack. When that happens, brake pads no longer wear evenly. One pad may wear out months before the other, and excessive heat begins building inside the brake assembly. Whenever you replace brake pads, inspect every piece of hardware. Clean and lubricate the slide pins using the proper high-temperature brake grease. Replace damaged clips and worn rubber boots. Most premium brake pad kits already include new hardware. Installing it only adds a few minutes to the job but can add years to your braking system. Small parts often prevent big repair bills. 4. Choose quality brake pads. Not all brake pads are created equal. Cheap brake pads may seem like a bargain, but they often create more dust, wear out faster, generate more noise, and sometimes provide poorer stopping performance. A quality brake pad is designed to handle heat consistently while delivering reliable braking in both everyday driving and emergency situations. There are several common types available. Ceramic brake pads are quiet, produce very little dust, and usually last the longest. Semi-metallic pads provide excellent stopping power and perform well under heavy loads, making them popular for trucks and SUVs. Organic pads are often less expensive but generally wear faster. The best choice depends on how and where you drive. If you're unsure, stick with original equipment parts or reputable aftermarket brands recommended for your vehicle. Paying a little more upfront often saves money because quality pads typically last longer and help protect your brake rotors. 3. Properly brake in new brake pads. Many drivers install new brake pads and immediately drive as if nothing has changed. That can shorten the life of the new brakes before they've even had a chance to wear in properly. New brake pads and rotors need time to create an even contact surface. This process, often called bedding or braking in the brakes, allows a thin layer of friction material to transfer evenly onto the rotor. Without this step, braking performance may suffer. You may notice squealing, vibration, uneven wear, or reduced stopping power. After installing new brakes, find a safe road with little traffic. Perform several moderate stops from around 30 to 40 miles per hour without coming to a complete stop. Allow the brakes to cool slightly between each stop. Avoid aggressive braking during the first 100 miles whenever possible. Giving new brake components time to seat correctly helps maximize their performance and greatly extends their service life. 2. Get your brakes inspected twice a year. One of the biggest mistakes drivers make is waiting until they hear grinding, squealing, or feel the brake pedal vibrating before checking their brakes. By that point, the damage has often become much more expensive to repair. The truth is, your braking system usually gives warning signs long before it fails. A routine inspection can catch worn brake pads, uneven rotor wear, leaking brake lines, sticking calipers, damaged hardware, or contaminated brake fluid before they turn into major problems. 1. Drive smarter, not harder. If you only remember one tip from this entire video, make it this one. The easiest way to make your brakes last longer is simply to use them less. That doesn't mean driving dangerously. It means driving intelligently. Experienced drivers don't wait until the last second to brake. They constantly scan the road ahead, anticipate traffic, and adjust their speed early. If you see traffic slowing several cars ahead, lift off the accelerator sooner. If you notice a traffic light has been green for a long time, prepare for it to change instead of racing toward it. Leave enough following distance so you don't have to slam on the brakes every few minutes. Smooth acceleration combined with smooth braking dramatically reduces wear on your brake pads and rotors. As an added bonus, you'll also improve fuel economy, reduce tire wear, and make every ride more comfortable for your passengers. Professional drivers understand something most people don't. Fast driving doesn't usually save much time. Smooth driving saves money. And over the life of your vehicle, that money can really add up. Final thoughts. Your brakes are one of the most important safety systems on your vehicle. They're also one of the easiest systems to maintain if you build the right habits. Follow these habits, and you'll enjoy better stopping performance, longer-lasting brake components, and fewer expensive repair bills. Remember, replacing brake pads is affordable. Replacing damaged rotors, calipers, wheel bearings, or dealing with an accident caused by neglected brakes is far more expensive. Take care of your brakes, and they'll take care of you every time you get behind the wheel. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Car Fix, and turn on notifications so you never miss our weekly DIY repair guides, maintenance tips, and money-saving automotive advice. Thanks for watching, drive safely, and we'll see you in the next Car Fix video.